If you're watching this when this comes out, Merry Christmas to you. And today I'm at you with some lino cutting. So this is a lino sheet that we're gonna carve in and make some stamps. I got this set off of Amazon for around 20 euros, and yeah, just wanted to try it out, make some portfolio pieces and show you how to lino cut, or at least how I do it. So we get this little roller thing that you supposedly apply the paint with. It's a special lino cutting paint by Schminke in black, which I appreciate. And yeah, it's apparently water soluble. Usually lino cutting paints are oil based, so this being water soluble makes it easier to clean your supplies afterwards. And here we have a little our little tool, our little handle with a little wood stick in it that I didn't quite know what to do with at first. And these are the nibs that come with this little set that includes everything you need to get started cutting. So there are several different sizes, and I noticed they're really sharp, so please be careful. You have bigger ones and skinnier ones, and ones you can carve more detail with, and ones you can just cut around edges. And it also includes this little leaflet that tells you what lino cutting is, what it's used for, and how to do it somewhat safely. So if you want to read it, you can pause the video here. So let's get started. This is the sketch I wanted to make a print of, just some little goldfish. And yeah, I had to transfer the drawing to my little lino sheet, and I noticed the pencil didn't quite show up as well, so I used white-ish polychromos to trace it out. You can use any color pencil, some light color. So yeah, I started sketching and trying to fit everything on this little sheet, and yeah, changing up some things. So that's the finished sketch, and here I start cutting. To be honest, it's more difficult than I thought it would be, because I don't know, you just have to apply a lot of pressure. I thought the linoleum was a bit softer, but it really is not that soft, so yeah, carving takes a while. So especially the little details take forever, because you have to be really careful, or else you will cut into your design, which will of course show later when you apply paint and stamp it. Yeah, but overall it was really a calming experience, and it was a lot of fun to carve it. So if you're interested in it, I really would recommend you try lino cutting. It's a lot of fun. Also, you can get these little sheets in your arts and crafts supply store for a few euros, so if this runs out, you don't have to stop cutting. You can just buy the sheet separately. So another tip would be that you start with your outlines, and later when you get a feel for how much pressure you need, you can go and do the little details and just add a few little nooks and crannies to make it more detailed, because that will make it look better. And also try not to cut too deep, because I think that tends to make everything more difficult and, I don't know, not as pretty. So I hope that's helpful to you. So here I started making the outline thicker and realizing that I didn't cut around the outline, but instead cut the outline, which means the fish will be solid and have no outline, which I wanted exactly the opposite, to have just the outline. But in the end I made it work, and just look at this, looks like cutting chocolate. So it was a lot of fun. And if something like that happens to you, that you mistakenly cut something out that you wanted to show up, you can just glue back the little piece that you cut too much with some, I don't know, some strong glue, and it worked for me. You just have to make it level with everything else. So those are my cuts, and let's get to the real fun part, the printing. So you just squeeze a little paint out on the plastic sheet and try to cover your roller thing with it, and then if you think you have enough paint on, you just roll it on your stamp and press it on some paper. Also make sure that you apply even pressure to your cut in order to get the best result. And don't expect the first print to turn out perfect. It usually, with those lino cuts, takes a few tries to get the color even and solid. So don't worry if your first one doesn't turn out. That's perfectly normal. You have to do a few. Also, I found that it helps to use really smooth paper, like this hot press sketch paper. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just really smooth. I guess printer paper would do. And you can just experiment around. You may have noticed that I cut up my sheet of linoleum because I wanted to be able to place the fish differently, not just in one constellation but multiple. And that's my finished print, and I made a few actually, but I really like the texture that it gives, especially on the fish. It looks like fish skin. And I hope you enjoyed and this was helpful to you. If you did, leave a like or subscribe, and if you have any questions or want me to try something, just leave it in the comments. I'll be happy to answer. Bye!